Alright, and we're back. We got section 1 of the...
Super quiz.
Oh lord, like Devin says, what is my life?
Super quiz.
Okay. Question
Revenge
1.
Singing Edition.
What Egyptian ruler built the Great Pyramid? Oh lord. How specific do I have to be on the answer?
Well, for this one, it would be the fairly specific because it was a specific. And I suppose when we say built the Great Pyramid, we mean the one who commissioned it, of course, because it was the thousands upon thousands of slaves who built it.
Yes, I know that. It says
saying,
what
well,
Egyptian ruler.
Like it was yes, it's what define specific, like
do I need to include Roman numerals? Do I need to
no,
include... Okay.
no.
If you just put
I
Pharaoh,
want to say Ramses.
Okay.
For that one. Oh, do you want to explain a little bit as to how this is going to work?
What, me?
Yeah.
Like to the
to the viewers.
Oh, so basically he's going to answer all these questions, and when he's done either answering them or not answering them, we will reveal what the actual answers are at the end of the section. And then Logan is our scorekeeper, and he'll give him a grade or a score or whatever. I don't know how he's doing it exactly, but I left him up to... I let him... I wanted to do some sort of scorekeeping. So...
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll reveal all the answers at the end. So okay, yeah.
What Egyptian pharaoh was alleged to have around 200 wives and around 100 children? I have no idea. I mean, I don't even know the names of that many pharaohs to begin with. Or pharaohs, rulers, whatever. They're the same thing, aren't they?
For Egypt, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it's just...
Did we spell that right? Oh, it is spelled that way. It can be spelled that way. Sorry, I was just checking. I was like, I've seen it with an E on that. Anyway.
Oh Lord.
If you can't answer, you can't answer. It's not. I said.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to answer this one at all.
Oh, that's okay. It is what it is.
List 3.
By the way, if you're not stupid if you don't know the answers. We put way too much time into this. Okay.
No kidding.
Similarly, they will. Some there are sections that we know for a fact you will do better at. So ones that you don't do as well on will probably be balanced out by those.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Continuing on.
List 3 Egyptian male pharaohs. Okay, I'm guessing Ramses as one of them. Tutankhamun. I mean, I know he died young, but wasn't he supposed to become pharaoh?
He was a pharaoh.
Okay, he was a pharaoh.
Yeah, he was. I will reveal that. That's John Cena. The answer to everything is John Cena, just so you know.
Yeah, of course. Oh God. I keep one. No, I'm not gonna. I can't do that.
What?
Oh Lord, how do you spell this name?
Who? Who?
I probably misspelled it wrong, but Hatshepsut.
Hatshepsut.
I know the one you're thinking of. Hold on. Okay.
I mean, I am guessing it. If you can tell me how to spell it, that'd be great, so I don't look like a complete idiot.
if that's your guess,
if you're the one that you're thinking of is probably assuming I'm getting that is Hatshepsut. So that's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that sounds like it. Hatshepsut. Who is the most famous female pharaoh of all time? That's just... Cleopatra. I mean, my God, who hasn't?
Like
I mean,
like I said, some of them are easy, some not so much.
I mean, especially with Red Skelton.
Oh right, yeah.
Okay, 3 Roman emperors. Um, how was Caesar's spelled name? Julius Caesar. Was it C-E-A-E or C-E-A?
Caesar is in the old is spelled Caesar.
Okay. Nero. Oh God. Augustus. What ancient battle is considered by many?
Wait, so sorry. What were your answers for that?
Caesar, Nero, and Augustus.
Oh, Devin, just a random side note here. For these ones that have multiple answers, are we counting them as 3 points, or is it you have to get all of them for 1 point?
Fuck it, we'll just do all each individual points. I guess there was a little bit of elaborating we didn't do on our end. Oops, whatever. We can make it up as we go. Anyway.
Oh God. What ancient battle is considered by many to be the greatest military stand of all time? Oh jeez. Part of me is wondering about the greatest military stand of all time.
This question.
What I'm thinking is when Hannibal brought over elephants to invade.
See, this is where I almost want to talk about throwing this question out, because
we'll just move on.
Whenever you go right, I'm going to leave a little question marky thing. I'll put that as your answer for that. But these ones where it's greatest of all time is like it's by whose reckoning?
It says by many.
Okay, I'm going to say Hannibal's invasion, if that's right.
Okay.
I don't know what it was called, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yes,
okay.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I have listed Hannibal's invasion of Rome.
Thank you.
Is the answer I have listed?
Who were the 3 most famous Greek philosophers?
Philosophers?
Philosophers.
Philosophers. There you go, buddy.
Philosophers.
It's a lovely word, isn't it? Anyway, go ahead.
Let's see. I think Plato, Pythagoras. Oh Lord, there was a third one. I'm blanking on the third one.
Oh,
but for some reason, I want to say Homer because of the Odyssey. Whatever. It's a guess. It's not like I'm. Okay. Oh God dang it!
As soon as you said that, I was trying so hard.
Oh my God. Okay, well I know it's not Homer for the other one then.
If you want to take a go back at that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna Plato, Pythagoras, Aristotle. No, he's not Greek. Wait. I'll put him down for now. That's the only one I can think of.
You okay?
Aristotle. Why? That doesn't sound. Oh, whatever. What ancient Greek myth? Oh God, frickin' dang it! So our
there are answers that are used multiple times in some.
Okay.
I will reveal that to you. There won't be if you have an answer that's also your answer for another question. It could be right.
Then I'll just leave it because that sounds right.
Okay.
And so I take you're putting. What is the answer you're putting for that one? If you could say your answer out loud, just definitively, so I can take it.
The mathematician one.
Yeah.
Pythagoras.
Just for the record, he knows you got his answer for the one before that too. Right?
Right. I assume the Odyssey.
Homer.
Yeah. Okay.
I even read the Odyssey.
Oh, you did?
Albeit probably a shorter version, but I read the Odyssey.
Okay.
And even saw the movie involving Armand Assante as Odysseus.
Oh, nice. Okay.
1 in 100 men are blood.
2.
1 in 200 men. Thank you. To Genghis Khan. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Yeah, that one I've. Wait, is it AAH? Is it AHN or HAN for
It's
the last?
HA.
HA. Okay. What were the 3 most powerful civilizations that inhabited Central and South American? The Aztecs, Incans, and Mayans.
Okay.
What ancient fire resulted in the destruction of many scientific... Was that just the burning of the Great Library? I'm not sure if it had any other special names.
Okay. Putting that down.
I'm just going to place it as the burning of the Great Library. Because like I said, I don't know of any special names for it.
And okay.
Name 4 dynasties of China. Gee, I wonder who came up with that question.
I wonder. There,
It was me. No, it was my mom, actually. No,
Wu, Wei, Shu, and Jin. I don't like that sound, Logan.
I'm going to take those down, and we'll get at that in a minute because I think there's a funny error in my. Well, actually, no. Anyway, carry on. Carry on.
The Jin dynasty was Sima Yi's reign.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, carry on. Next question.
Who are referred to as the 3 great unifiers of Japan? 3 great unifiers.
So, would you like to?
You will. If for some reason you end up missing these, when the answer gets revealed, you will definitely recognize it.
Okay.
I am.
Would you like to elaborate to like maybe make it a little bit easier for you?
I have a feeling one of them is Oda Nobunaga.
I'll put that down as an answer. At least you'll like at one point.
Yeah.
Ieyasu Tokugawa. I'm probably wrong about that, but I know he was a great man. Oh, and the third one. The third one. Oh my god. Yeah, can I get some elaboration on this one?
So, is there are see, I figured this will give it away, but this will be fine enough. So, towards a particular period of considerable fragmentation of the Japanese island chain, there were a string of 3 individuals who successively came closer and closer to unifying the country. Finally, the third one succeeded in doing so for a very, very long time.
I mean, I know Oda Nobunaga was one of them. I think Ieyasu Tokugawa was one. And I am blanking on the third one.
That's okay.
So I'm just going to have to move on from that.
2 out of 3 potentially isn't bad.
Who is the first shogun of Japan?
Shouldn't have been who was.
Yeah.
Oh well, we messed up. Typo, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh Lord, the first shogun of Japan.
I know the answer.
You have the answer key.
No. Okay, good. I was waiting for somebody to say that, but I was going to be like, the answer is John C. No. Actually,
I just imagine like, you know, in like a Japanese ceremonial like kimono, and then just John Cena sitting there with shamisen playing his theme song.
I'm gonna have to skip that one.
That's okay.
Who is considered to be Japan's greatest swordsmith? Hattori Hanzo. That one I blame Kill Bill for. What 3 modern countries are descended from Charlemagne's kingdom?
I'll give you a guess who did that. Who brought that one up too? Anyway,
did we spell that right? Is it Charlemagne or Charlemagne?
I think it's Charlemagne.
I'm certain it's an A.
Okay, but anyway, Charlemagne.
Oh Lord. I have no idea.
Batman.
Batman was all three of them. Funny enough. Batman is 3 modern countries. Also, my
second favorite.
My second favorite president. Anyway,
so many inside jokes. You're gonna hear all kinds of inside jokes from the making of this. That was one of them.
I guess I'm gonna have to skip it because I can't think of it.
That's okay.
Right.
Who is the most famous Greek king?
Wait a minute. Did we do a most famous? Hold on.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
I'm going to guess Alexander the Great. I don't know if he actually was king, but
okay, taking that down.
I know he was Greek. I know he was some famous Greek who was well known for military. So maybe he was a king. Symbol of the Islamic Empire?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely don't know that one at all.
Okay.
Oh yes, you do.
I do?
You will. You will when we're done.
Yeah. Name 2 of the wonders of the ancient world.
Also, last question.
Last question. Okay. The Great Pyramid. No, wait. Would it be the Great Pyramids or the Pyramids of Giza? Or are they the same thing?
For all intents and purposes, I would roll that together.
Okay, I'll just put in the Great Pyramids then. And then...
The goal with these questions is mostly, with very few exceptions, there are a few exceptions, but the goal is not to split hairs over, like, itty-bitty details.
And then also the Hanging Gardens.
All right.
Okay. So you're good? Would you like us to?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to go and tinker
So
with
Logan, should I read the answers? Actually, I'll let Logan reveal the answers for next section. I want to do this one.
Okay.
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 I will do some tinkering on some of the questions because specifically a lot of the ones I created, I have some commentary on some of them.
Okay. So first question. What Egyptian ruler built the Great Pyramid? The answer is Khufu.
Khufu. Okay. I forgot that one. I mean, I have heard of it.
It's okay. No, he's okay. So that was him. He built it, and then his son has the one next to it, if I remember right. What Egyptian pharaoh was alleged to have had around 200 wives and around 100 children? That was Ramses II.
Oh, so that one was Ramses.
Yeah, Ramses II.
The second. Okay.
Well,
technically,
right, although I think if you had just said Ramses, I think we would
have given you that one. Okay, so that was Ramses. Then you list 3 male Egyptian pharaohs. You mean there's Khufu and Ramses right there. Those are 2. Then Tut is correct. You are correct there. And Logan, is that pharaoh actually a pharaoh? Because we didn't have him on the list.
Let me check, but I believe he is. I think that was
the other one. What was it? Hatshepsut or something?
Yeah, Hatshepsut.
5th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty. Yeah.
So we will give you that one.
Okay.
Because cool. What we did is we listed the ones we knew and then just put etc. because there were a bunch of them.
Right.
We also had Akhenaten was also a pharaoh. Okay. And then who was the most famous female pharaoh of all time? You got that right, Cleopatra. Right. Nefertiti, had you gotten her, would have gotten you an extra point.
Oh, though. Nefertiti.
That would have gotten you an extra bonus point. Because she's not as well known. 3 Roman...
But I have heard of her.
Okay. List 3 Roman emperors. Would you like to elaborate on this one?
I'll take
or would you like me to elaborate? Hold on. First of all, you got Nero and you got Augustus, but I will let Logan take it from here.
So, this is the funny thing about Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was never emperor. So he doesn't qualify, I'm afraid.
But Augustus is his son, and he was an emperor.
Right, okay. and why this gets confusing is, of course, in the old Roman Empire, the Caesar as the name became the title, became essentially the word for emperor because essentially Augustus took his father's name, right, of Augustus Caesar, and then there are numerous emperors following from that bore the title Caesar. So that was that. So and of course it was specifically this is one of these kind of pseudo splitting hair ones, because basically the reason why Julius Caesar got assassinated is everyone was afraid that he would try and declare himself emperor. Then they all killed him, and then his son killed all of them and declared himself emperor.
Okay.
So they basically created their own nightmare. It was kind of hilarious.
Okay.
So what was the third one I could have named?
Well, here that we have a couple. We have a couple. Hold on, I'll reveal it. We have a couple because this is another etc. one. Caligula was one. And then Constantine. How the hell did you not get Constantine?
I came up with the first three I thought of. So that's...
I know, that's okay. Anyway, but you did all right so far. What ancient battle is considered by many to be the greatest military stand of all time? Logan, do you actually want to throw out this question or not?
Okay.
Because the answer is the Battle of Thermopylae, which is the 300, against
the Spartan
Persians.
battle. Okay.
Yeah. That is considered by so many freaking historians as like one of the greatest military stands in history. Like, arguably, but there are other ones that could be considered that. But
right. I mean, I think that one of the things was the answer you gave the Hannibal's invasion of Rome. I think the nature of the question was military stand, like the idea of people, like,
okay.
Whereas Hannibal's battle was an invasion.
Okay.
Now, granted, I think if an argument could be, so I'm going to say we'll leave it here for now. We'll leave that as a negative point or not negative point, but a loss for that.
Right.
But I mean, if there is another, if there had been another big defensive battle that you've been able to, or that you would put forward, we could probably have argued and run with that. If there was another really big, epic ancient world defense that you could bring up, that I think would have been totally fair. So I think we'll leave it for now. But there are a couple of these questions where are the greatest or most. It's like, well, by certain, it's a little bit. It depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So those questions, I'm not always super happy with how those turn out.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Believe it or not, that last question, Logan and I had a thing about while we were making this quiz. We were like, well, I'm like, Logan, come on, man. Just like, But anyway, moving on.
I'm surprised
Who are the three most famous Greek philosophers? Okay, you got Plato. He was one of them. Aristotle was actually another one, so you did get him as well. The third one is Socrates.
Right. And so
it actually didn't it go Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, or was it Plato, Socrates?
No, I believe it was Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle.
Okay.
I think in order. So, yeah, I think by virtue of that, there is Pythagoras is a Greek philosopher. So part of me is tempted to count it.
He wasn't a philosopher. No, he was. He was.
He was a philosopher and a mathematician. Because like Greek philosophers did like everything because they didn't have anything.
Because they were all on drugs.
So there is a point where
it does say philosopher, but if you say famous, it's definitely those three. I'm sorry.
Right. Those three have a particular, much like another question that comes up later. There is a specific group of three that is sort of acknowledged as being the kind of, big heads at the time. So those are those. Okay. I'll let you continue, but we know you got the next two right.
Okay, yeah. What ancient Greek writer wrote the Odyssey? Homer. You got that right. What ancient Greek mathematician has a mathematical theorem named after him? Pythagoras. There you go. You got two in a row right. Okay. Now,
3.
1 in 200 men are blood-related descendants of what ancient alien? What ancient alien? Aliens, guys. The answer is aliens. I'm sorry. No, Asian ruler. You got Genghis Khan. It is right. It is Genghis Khan. What were the three most powerful civilizations that inhabited Central and South America in ancient times? You got all three, Maya, Inca, and Aztecs. Good job. I wasn't actually sure if you'd get that one. What ancient fire resulted in the destruction of many scientific and historically significant texts to such an extent that it is believed to have significantly stalled mankind's advances in nearly every field? Thank you, Logan, for changing the wording of that terribly worded question from the original quiz. You are right. But how many do we want to give him full credit for that? Because it's technically Great Library of Alexandria. Was the name
I give it to him.
Okay, I'll give it because you basically got the answer. But our answer is it's the fire of the Great Library of Alexandria. But we're going to give you that one because you pretty much got it.
Yeah,
right. Okay. And I assume you knew it was Alexandria. You just.
It's just normally I've heard it as the burning of the Great Library. They never really said burning of Great Library Alexandria. I mean, I have heard of it.
How I know that? Anyway, we're gonna give you that one. Okay. So the next question, and I assume this is where Logan's gonna start chiming in. Hold on. Let me read the question, and you can chime in. No. Name 4 dynasties of China. Go ahead, Logan.
Okay, no, so this is actually funny. No, I gave you all the points for it. The reason why I
Oh
hesitated...
God, I realized I should have done like Han Dynasty instead of.
Because we have you
I
read
did.
the ones we have.
Oh
Read
God.
the ones we had on the list.
So we had the Qin Dynasty, the Han Dynasty, the Ming Dynasty, the Qing Dynasty, the Yuan Dynasty, things of that nature. Now, it's the reason why I'm giving those to you is because the question was not supremely thorough. Because technically, depending on how each of those you count them, could qualify as effective dynasties within a certain thing. Now, the reason why I tripped over it for a minute was because, of course, with the exception of the Jin Dynasty, which was a full-on dynasty of unified China. These were separate kingdoms within China that were not necessarily part. They were not full dynasties. Now, if I had been clever about this, I would have had the question be name 4 dynasties of unified China. At which point, only Jin would have been an effective answer. But that was our mistake in the question. And by ours, I mean mine.
Yeah, we will give you. We're going to give you that from our mistake. Yeah,
right.
I'm entirely fine with that. Okay, next question: who are referred to as the 3 great unifiers of Japan? You got Nobunaga. Good job. He did get Ieyasu, right?
Yep.
That was the other one? Okay.
Yes.
The other one, do you have anything to chime in here, Logan, or do you want me to just tell him?
Just tell him.
Okay, it's the third one is Hideyoshi.
Oh God, Hideyoshi.
Well, so that was where I was saying that the progression of it is, what is that old... Hold on, there's an old saying about it. Basically, what was it? It was like... Basically, it went. Nobunaga conquered a bunch of territory. Hideyoshi succeeded him, mostly kind of conquered the rest of the territory, and then Tokugawa finally succeeded him, unified the whole thing,
And
that was that. And they are
Mitsunari Ishida wouldn't shut the hell up about him.
Well, Mitsunari was a retainer of Hideyoshi, because basically Tokugawa backstabbed Hideyoshi's family after he died.
How could I? Well, then again, I didn't think Hideyoshi was actually a unifier. I thought he was just, or not. I mean. Can he really be considered a unifier if he succeeded Nobunaga?
Yeah,
like if he was a vassal of Nobunaga, right?
Right,
And
but he basically he claimed effective command of Nobunaga's forces and then took over the rest of the country. Basically, So he basically unified the rest of the country, and then it got de-unified for a bit when as soon as he died, because then Tokugawa basically took that opportunity to usurp the title himself,
right?
And he knocked over what remained of the Toyotomi family and took over the whole thing. But once he did, the part of the issue was, of course, the fact that Hideyoshi was not noble-born, so Hideyoshi could never be shogun.
Gotcha.
But Ieyasu could. So once Hideyoshi died, Ieyasu was like, "Well, I have noble blood. I have a bunch of allies here in the east. I can take this from Hideyoshi's old family and basically continue their work." So he had this weird thing about kind of being like the successor in spirit to them, but not necessarily, he didn't really care about Hideyoshi's actual successors.
Okay. Moving on, because I don't want to cut you too short, but
yeah. No, that was it.
We have more questions. Okay. Who was the first shogun of Japan, even though the answer is Minamoto no Yoritomo.
Yoritomo.
Yoritomo. I'm sorry, I don't know how to read people.
Minamoto Yoritomo?
No Yoritomo, but that's who it was.
I would have accepted it as in any answer, Yoritomo, Minamoto, whatever order you wanted to put the names in. Would
just
have been
not fine. No would not work.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was following the Genpei War. I thought you might have gone for Yoshitsune. That was the kind of trick question of that, but apparently not. So
okay, next question. Who is considered to be Japan's greatest swordsmith? Now, this is an interesting one. I thought he was more well-known than that, but it's Masamune.
Oh, Masamune. I was thinking of Hattori Hanzo.
Yeah, he's another one.
Yeah, he's also wasn't he also a ninja? Hattori Hanzo, because he was basically it was like Hattori Hanzo was like this legendary name that a whole like lineage of ninjas.
As far as I think so. I think it was also like a ninja or something. I don't know.
Okay, moving on. What 3 modern countries are descended from Charlemagne's kingdom? You're going to be like, oh, when I tell you this, because this actually, like this was Logan's question, and this actually surprised me. I didn't realize this. I knew who Charlemagne was, but I didn't realize. France, Italy, and Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
I should have guessed France because he sounded like a French name.
that's
I should have
Right.
guessed at least France.
okay. Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Who is the most famous Greek king? You got it right. It is Alexander the Great.
Okay.
That was one of those most famous ones where once he said who it was, I was like, oh, right, never mind, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you
I
said
wouldn't-
he was Macedonian, but he became a king. He was
Right. And Macedon is like considered a state of Greece
Yeah.
back in ancient times,
Yeah.
so it totally worked.
Okay, so anyway, next question. What is the symbol of the Islamic Empire?
Oh, was it the
What?
Quran?
No,
No,
the
okay.
symbol.
The symbol?
That's
It's a crescent, a moon. You know, it's on their flags and shit.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
so determined because the actual shape of the Islamic Empire was crescent shaped.
Gotcha.
Okay. And the final question was name two wonders of the ancient world. I'm going to give you both. I don't know if Logan did because
I did.
it's technically the Great Pyramid and the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were both ancient wonders. We also had the Colossus of Rhodes
Right.
on here. There was the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the some other stuff, but I could name here. I'm just gonna real quick look them up, just so we can tell everybody.
Thanks to civilization.
Yeah,
That's
Wonders
pretty
of the
much what.
It was. Let's see. It was the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which is the only one that they don't know if it existed or not for real. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, mausoleum at Halicarnassus, Colossus of Rhodes, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria, of which only one is still around. That being the Great Pyramid. Anyway, so Logan, do you have any kind of score thing?
Hold on.
Okay. Do 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 do.
It appears to be, assuming, I can do another run through of my calculation, but it looks like it's 22 out of 23 points. Or not out of 23, 33.
Okay, so 20.
11
So it
points
was-
short. That's not terrible.
So do a percentage.
That is a 66%, which, given
So-
some of the questions, is reasonable.
That's good. 66%. Okay.
All right.
Good job, Philly. That's not bad for first section.
Yeah.
Keep that number, Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the first section. Yeah. Would you like to know what you're up for next?
Sure. Let's put it as a preview of this video.
The next section, I'll just tell you what the section is. I'm not going to give you the thing.
Yeah, that's what I
The
mean.
the next section, the next section is U.S. history.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
All right. So until then, say goodbye, everyone.
goodbye,
Oh, wow.
United States history.
God bless America.
Okay.